So, ladies and gentlemen, let me talk about the Weebill 2. So, I know some of you already seen tons of videos of me doing lots of videos using it and explaining parameters and everything else, right? That's fine, that's fair. But I think it's time for me to share my true experience using it. So, disclaimer, I've never been sponsored by Zhiyun. Keep this in mind, and they never actually send me anything in return of any of my reviews. So this has been a very honest and 100% honest purchase through eBay from another user that wasn't even using this gimbal. Keep this in mind. So my experience with the gimbal has been rock solid, but what I have not shared with you, everyone, and I'm gonna get to the cons first. What I have not shared with you is that sometimes this gimbal will do something very weird. For instance, I would never move the setup from another position or micro inch it. But every time, and this happens once in a while, and this has happened recently, started vibrating the motor and making these fine micro adjustments, which is cool. But I didn't have to do that before. So I'm not sure if my gimbal is learning that, hey, I already remember this setup, but where is this setup? See, what's missing here is that hub and the adapters. That added weight. So I think the gimbal was trying to identify the last setup. I could be mistaken. Like I said, these are very smart motors. So yeah, I did some fine adjustments to it, and yeah, and it works, right? But in contrast, it is a very heavy gimbal over time. Even with this light setup, this can literally put some weight on you. So keep this in mind. And so this is how I set it up. Now, I've been stopped by NYPD because it looks like a AR-15 rifle, which is, I made it designed that way. Look at it, it's beautiful. I designed it that way so people can literally look at me and pay attention to what I have. Yes, it's not a good look for the thieves, but if the thieves want a piece of this, bring it, friend. I got a surprise for you. But my experience using it in New York City, everyone, keep this in mind, where there's a lot of crime, there's a lot of theft. People see this. This is like going for some thief, right? You get that, right? So I'm putting myself on the line, trying to, accomplish my goals, making these videos, and also pushing out this content for the videos, and also trying to get not noticed, but some, not recognition, but some acknowledgement of reviewing the product like it's supposed to be reviewed. Now, in the real world, it's been very great, but it gets heavy over time. So what I do now is what I learned over time as a self-taught and reading and also understanding cinematography. And now I have a setup where I can grab this handle and this. If I want a shot, I can just like pan with my shot and or push it in and then pan with it like the tripod motion. So you get why I have a technically 1, 2, 3, 4 handle setup. That's why I have the Sunway Photo T1C30N carbon tripod, the QA60G, which makes it easy to come and, mind you, to release and lock, which is great. I have this mouth calf that I took this is originally a part of the L bracket, right? And I just took this part off. I wanted something soft on the handle here because...
So it happened again. Some ransom guy came up to me and just said like, yo dude, I thought this looked sketchy. Looked like some alien stuff. But I explained to him what it is. I said, I decided to go with the smaller camera because sometimes I don't want to bring the DSLR mirrors or the cinema camera. So the mobile. And he goes, what is that? And I said, filters. You have to know how to shoot video properly, and using filters help. And he said, what is all this? That's like audio or external hard drive ports. And then I explained to him the gimbal, which is the Weebill 2. And he just thought it looked so cool. So, and this is not only the first time it happened several times yesterday.
Was using the Zhiyun tripod, but it got a little bit like sweaty and sticky and in some incidents. This is why I'd rather use this and this, and I feel comfortable. But I do, like I said, as someone that's ambidextrous, I really want a gimbal that I can literally use my left, because I just feel like I want to use my left all the time. And when I am also like PC gaming, I use my right, but that's because I have a right mouse. But I used to have an ambidextrous keyboard for that reason. But I wish Zhiyun could make a gimbal for lefties. Now you can still use it if you're good at controlling with your thumb like this, but I don't think you want to do this. This is not practical at all. I don't think you want to do that. But in my spare time using it with MavenFilters, and every time I shoot with this gimbal, I'm using MavenFilters. So it's been good. It's just a little weighty, especially adding all these accessories on here. Gets a little weighty. And yes, even without the Sunway photo attachment, it still feels weighty. It's light, it's durable, don't get me wrong, but here's why I get stopped by police. Because this gimbal also resembles a few weapons. Now, now if I turn it this way, right, it resembles a shotgun. See, because the handle's here, right? Right, and you hold it close to your chest. Sometimes you want to hold your rifle, yeah, but it also resembles a mini machine gun. Oh, and then if I add on the attachment, it resembles AR-15. It's like the officers were saying to me, like, dude, that's a sick setup, bro, but like, be careful, man. We mistake you for us, like, then that's why you gotta pay more observation. See, Quantum, yeah, telling me how and be careful when I am careful. It's you that have to be more observational. So with that said, everyone, I get stopped a lot with this gimbal. Everyone's asking me, what gimbal are you using? The Weebill. Like the Weebill 2. They're like, how do you pronounce the brand? I was like, Zhiyun. But take it with a grain of salt, everyone. Sorry about that. Like I said, I'm reviewing this in the real world, so take it with a grain of salt. I am using Sunway Photo FL90 RGB lights to conduct my final conclusion on the Weebill 2. This is a phenomenal gimbal. I know some people might want to get the Weebill 3 and 3S or the Cinepeer, but can I suggest, if you're on a budget, if you can find this under 200 bucks, you good money. But if you do have $300 to spare, you want to buy something more just like it, and you don't have a lot of cinema camera equipment, but you want something that's more versatile, I suggest the Cinepeer line might be your best bet, friend. Now, if you are a heavy user and you want to put cinema cameras and big lenses on, I recommend the 3, the 3S. Those are my options, or the 2. Keep that in mind. Now, when it comes down to weight, I really cannot specify what is the weight maximum, because they really don't specify that in the whole like descriptions or specifications on this product. But I put my Canon 7D, IX 150, I combined it, and it still holds everything. So with that said, you want a gimbal that has reliable motor technology with up-to-date, mind you, even the 3S and the Cinepeer, up-to-date motor technology, stronger, better, faster. Me using all the modes like time-lapse mode, Vertex mode, even portrait mode, Go mode is least my favorite. Go mode is not my favorite at all. That's not go mode. That's very jerky in my opinion. And that is another con I should have just brought up the first time. But as I said, this is my real world experience using this gimbal, the Weebill 2 from Zhiyun. Now, as I said, I think that's pretty much it. Other than that, it's been phenomenal. But I want Zhiyun to also keep this in mind, to make their own weights, counterweights too. I know we could buy them from small rigs and stuff like that. That's what I did. But sometimes you never know what your load might be, like this. So it might offset. So having 2 pairs of 100 grams inside the Pro package of, if anyone buys a Pro package of one of these gimbals from Zhiyun, I think it should come with some weights. I think it should. So, but other than that, everyone, it's been really super solid gimbal, man. This is like, I should have just stayed with the gimbal brand when I had the V2. I had a couple Zhiyun Weebills before that, and I went to other brands. I didn't like the Fergie Tech. I did like it, and then I didn't like it. It was more like, yeah, it didn't feel solid to me, okay? But then I went to Mozai. It felt solid, but then there were complications with that. So, but I also had DJI gimbals as well, everyone, for mobile mostly. And mind you, mind-blowing, but I wish they made a better gimbal for, at the time I wish they made a better one, but the one they did have that was the best, DJI had the best, was the OEM 3, not the 4, 3 for the mobile. That gimbal was the strongest gimbal for mobile phones. To this day, 4 was a little bit weak. I even brought the 4, it had problems with putting the same setup that I had on 3 on the 4, and the 4 couldn't even handle it. There's content and videos on that on my channel when I was having that kind of experience with the gimbal, so take it with a grain of salt. But other than that, this is my Zhiyun Weebill 2 experience using their gimbals, and I freaking love it. So, Zhiyun, thank you for making such good, reliable gimbals. Keep up with the technology on the gimbals, keep up with the good work. But as I said, I do want to see a left-handed gimbal someday. Come on, please give us something for left-handers. But other than that, everyone, gimbal was rock solid. Subscribe, like, and share. You want to support my channel, as I am a travel documentarian photographer, homeless photographer, documentarian YouTuber, content creator, you know, consultant, activist. Keep that in mind. And this is what I use on a daily basis, along with my other Canon cameras and other IRIX lenses and stuff like that, and filters from MavenFilters as well. This is my daily routine, and if you like this kind of content, just let me know. You guys want to support the channel financially, that's my Patreon, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, or direct payments to keep the lights on here, because we got to keep the cell phone on and everything else, and pay for storage like this, because I'm going to be using the public storage back. I'm going to use this as a backdrop from now on. So, but if you guys think that's a good idea and a very genius idea to use that as a backdrop, let me know down in the comments below. So, you know, hey, that's a free resource right there. So, well, technically I'm paying for the storage, because technically it is a free and paid resource, but I digress. But with that said, everyone, June it up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.